Welcome back to GM Worldwide Radio. This is Unfiltered, where we give it to you straight all day, every day. It's your boy Jay Skyline with James. And we about to get back onto the Steelers talk again, man. Y'all sorry this weekend. I got to keep it real with you. You were not the only sorry team this weekend, and we'll get on y'all other ones in a second. Y'all had the whole tri-state area looking kind of sorry this weekend.
For those of you who are watching, he thought it was a brick.
Yeah, I picked up the phone for the wrong person.
That's all.
If you were watching live.
But
back over, like I said, man. The Steelers look sorry. Like I said, nobody really looked good. Like, the only person I don't blame is Ben, because Ben needs the rest of y'all to play good to be good for himself.
You can't blame Brown for that either. 10 catches, 110 yards. I mean.
Oh, no. The reason I almost never blame Brown for anything is because how y'all going to blame the dude that's like 5'10"?
Yeah.
He's doing work. He's putting work.
Oh.
No, but where's the 6'5", 6'6" nigga? Not doing no work. Where's Le'Veon Bell at? The person that wants all this goddamn money.
He's just in the 1-2 tap shuffle. The side to side.
It don't work for me.
No.
What happened to Watt? Did Watt have a good game? Again, I didn't see any of it. Oh, he was out? Ew, okay, never mind. Okay, that's like the one injury where I just let you go. The ball dude? To it. Okay. But that's the one injury. Like, whenever people say groin, I'm like, all right, y'all don't know. If y'all ain't smart, you don't know what the groin mean, and nobody's gonna come out here with a groin injury and try to play. Like I said, it's a medical term. Yeah, like, it's a medical term that some of y'all that are immature don't understand what the groin mean, but AKA it's somewhere around. It doesn't have to be your balls. Yeah. It doesn't got to be, but it's an area where the stretching probably still hurts your balls, even if it didn't hit you directly there. So no, if you got a groin injury and you ain't trying to tackle, you ain't trying to like extend your legs and you ain't trying to stride. You ain't getting no full strides with a groin injury. It's like a hamstring almost. Yeah. I'm not a doctor. I understand certain injuries, and groin is like, oh yeah, go ahead, sit down, you got a game. Yeah. It's not the playoffs. Go ahead and sit and take a game. Yeah. Go get yourself a massage. Mm-hmm. Go get yourself some herbal essence that's legal in the NFL, and relax. But on to the other side, man, because we got college sports in this city this weekend. Pitt took another L, and they took it in the exact opposite way as last week. So 2 weeks ago, Pitt lost to Oklahoma State, or a week ago. Lost to Oklahoma State. They gave it to us in a passing game. Georgia Tech is not that type of team. Georgia Tech came in this week and ran it down our motherfucking throats. They run a triple option, so that basically they for them to throw the ball is a choice. They would rather just run the ball all game. Remember how we talked about Navy a couple weeks ago, where Navy went out and had like a big game where they didn't throw the ball at all? Mm-hmm. So Georgia Tech runs the same offense, and they beat the shit out of Pitt. I don't have the exact stats, but I bet any money there's over 250 yards rushing on Georgia Tech. Like, Georgia Tech put up 250 plus rushing yards. It's like an every week thing. Again, this was the first week they had their defensive players back. Whitehead was back. A couple of the other guys that I don't know the name of was back from Smoking Tree. This team looks bad, man. I'm worried. I don't know how. This is the beginning of ACC play. This week they got Rice. For y'all don't know, Rice Owls are from Houston. So it's a smaller Division I team, a very small Division I team. My thing is, if they do not wipe Rice off the face of the fucking earth, I'm done with Pitt for this season. Y'all might as well just lose the rest of y'all games, and I'll see what y'all basketball team look like, which I don't think the basketball team looked that nice either, since I saw some of you dudes in person the other day when I was going through a store, and y'all mean mugged me because I was wearing a Duquesne shirt. Like, yeah, I caught that. Y'all niggas was like 6'5". They was all like 6'5" wearing Pitt basketball shirts. I'm like, oh yeah, y'all play for the squad, but y'all, they looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, hey, Duquesne beat y'all last year. Right, that's off my job.
I said some stuff a few years back. I muttered. I mean, I said under my breath, it was like to the Pitt basketball players down at the 24-hour Rite Aid down in Oakland.
Oh, yeah, well, you watch yourself talking shit on them in their own turf.
I was just saying. I was just like, yo.
I was in like Ross Park Mall.
Ass. Like, I was just.
Actually, I was in Ross Park Mall Saturday when they did that shit. And I'm like, yo, y'all team is sorry. Don't be mean mugging me just because I wore a Duquesne shirt, just representing, helping out. Yeah, no, Pitt looks sorry. And also, Penn State didn't look that great this weekend. Even though they are still 4th ranked in the country and they're still undefeated, y'all almost lost to Iowa. Yes, I do know Iowa is like a mid-range Big 12 team. Like, they're not terrible. They're not good. Mm-hmm. It's still Iowa. Like, they won what? It was a last-second touchdown or last-second field goal?
It was a touchdown.
Touchdown? So they barely won the game. And again, I'm not I tell everybody, as long as Pitt, Penn State, and West Virginia aren't playing, I want all three of these teams to win all their games. If all three of them play, I want Pitt to be undefeated, Penn State to lose a game, and West Virginia to lose a game. Because you know what they lose them to? They're supposed to lose to Pitt. That's how I look at it. So I want everybody to win when they're not playing each other. So, but Penn State, y'all supposed to be a top team. Y'all pissed because y'all didn't make the playoffs last year. Y'all gotta win these games convincingly. That's how they look at this. They don't. If you win every one of these games and they're less than by a point, except when y'all destroyed Akron and Pitt, they're gonna look at you funny. Because Pitt's sorry and Akron ain't even really a football team. And it's like the pickups. Y'all went out. Y'all made a team from Ohio from a pickup game. They just had to have the zip code that they lived in Akron, Ohio. So, hey man, like I said, I'm more worried about Pitt. Pitt's sorry. I don't know when Pitt's going to win another game. They better beat like Wake Forest or something in division play. Like I said, they should beat Rice. This week they got Rice. That should be win 2. Mm-hmm. And from there on out, hope. Please go to the weight room and hope. Go to the track and hope. I'm going to keep on saying hope because I don't want to get religious about this. But y'all need to have a lot of hope and a lot of veggies. Get on that Popeye. I'm talking about spinach, not the chicken, because y'all need no more chicken, obviously. Again, man, I'm worried. Like Pitt looks so like y'all beat Penn State and Clemson last year. I know a lot of them players that graduated. Connor's gone. A lot of players are gone. Y'all look atrocious this year. Like absolutely sorry. Like I said, I just got to keep 100 with y'all. Like it looks bad. Back on this Pittsburgh stuff. So 2 days ago was the beginning of fall, right?
Yeah.
Sure as I don't feel like it.
It's hot as hell.
It's hot as fuck.
Yesterday I was sweating.
It's supposed to be thermal season out here, man. I can't even get in. I can't get into that thermal season yet.
I was like, fuck. Oh, can't handle this. It's supposed to be like this for another 2 or 3 days, and I think it finally gets down to the 70s. But it's still the high 70s.
I needed 65 for like a month and a half before it gets cold. I just need to be able to wear thermals and sweat shorts. That's always the hashtag, thermals and sweat shorts. I just like wearing clothes that make no sense. Again, man, we're gonna get back to the main topic of the day. Pittsburgh Steelers taking that L to the Bears, and the Pittsburgh Steelers not sitting up for the national anthem. Got people hot and bothered all over the place, and not in a sexy way.
I know it seems like everyone taking it very personally. Everybody's giving up on the Steelers organization, this and that.
You know what makes me happy is I actually sat and talked with a military member today, like an active. Well, he just got out the military, but recently active military member, and he's like, I don't care. Like me and him had a conversation. He's like, honestly, man, we fought for the right for y'all to be able to do stuff like this, not to tell you got to do stuff. Now, I have seen military members that feel the opposite. Because he told me in his last when he came back from deployment, and they were talking about this stuff. It's only been like a month or 2 since he's been back. Everybody on his unit was mad. Everybody on his unit was like, Kaepernick, fuck Kaepernick, this and that. And he's looking around and he told me this. Like, he's a white dude in the military. He told me, he's like, I'm looking around at all these people angry about this. And I'm like, why? And he told me that. So it's a two-way street. Like, everybody's like, you can't speak for the military. But he basically told me, like, yeah, a lot of people in the military feel this way. I just don't. Mm-hmm. So you got to watch it, man. Like I said, I'm not out here kneeling. Y'all might catch me with a shirt if somebody gives me one. Again, I'm always about free. That's the thing. Outside of a shirt that has like a KKK member hanging somebody on it, I'll wear almost anything. Like, I'm not up here with the James level because he's up here where he likes wearing communist t-shirts. I don't know about that. Like, he's about the what do they call it? The Red Army.
A Red Army, whatever. Sure. Not really.
I'm gonna say, man, what the FBI heard you say that?
I'm just a registered communist. That's about it. I'm not saying.
You actually registered?
Yeah.
To where?
Is
it like a wedding? Is it like a registry for that type of shit?
I don't know. Whenever you go ahead and choose, I chose put the X and I said other and said communist. I just wrote in communists. You can be in any party. Whenever you go ahead and sign up for a party, there's actually like a Steeler party. There's a party out there. If you want to be registered Steeler party, you can do that. So if you wanted to be there could be a grind mode party. We can start up a grind mode party if you wanted to. You could be a part of any like Democrat, Republican, whatever party you want to be part of. The reality of them getting voted in is like not really happening.
Also, quick shout out to our fans out in Germany. We see you. We have the technology to check out where you're listening from. Also, since you know we know about this, if you ever want to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram, JSkyline99 on Instagram, and James_Lame on Instagram for James, hit us up. We need more food for new places. Also, Instagram and Twitter at GMWW Radio on Instagram or Twitter. So yeah, like I said, if you ever want to hit us up, I don't know about y'all shipping rates over there, but we're running out of food from different countries, and we would definitely try some German food out. At least I think it'll have health standards to it that I would believe were like ours. So yeah, like I said, definitely shout out to our fans out in Germany. Updated news. Do y'all remember Anthony Weiner? He was the former mayor, and I think he tried to run for like Congress or something in New York at one point. He is now getting 21 months in prison for sexting. I've never seen anybody's life just tank because he can't figure out how to delete messages off his phone. This is like the fourth time in my life. You know what? You know how I know world's fucked up? Because I've definitely spent way too much time in my life hearing about Anthony Weiner sex scandals, and I've never been to New York in my life. Like, I've never even been in the state of New York.
Really?
No, I've never had any reason to go that far north. The furthest north I've been is up to Clarion. Or no, I've been to Chicago. I guess Chicago is further north, technically. Yeah. But like when it comes to like straight out of Pennsylvania north, I've gone to the University of Clarion, and that's it. Oh. And I think Grove City, if you count.
Virgin.
Oh no, I was gonna like, hey man, we gonna be moving, man. Y'all gonna be getting pictures out in other places. But yeah, like I said, for somebody who's never had any political background in my life or any like former or anything to do with my life politically, the fact that I know that Anthony Weiner has multiple sexting issues, where the point where he was running, his wife was running for something, and his wife had to back out because one of his scandals popped up right in the middle of his wife running for something last year. And it's like, well, your husband has gotten into another sexting scandal. Oh no, she was like campaigning for Hillary. That was one of the things that fucked up Hillary, was his wife was campaigning for Hillary, and then another one of his sexting scandals came out. And he's like, oh, first thing, I'm sorry, ladies, I understand that like you want to have a political career. Divorcing a fucked up man might help your political career. Like telling the people that you don't need that man who can't for some reason, again, either stop cheating or lock your goddamn phone. Or get a track phone.
Just get a fucking burner. Come on.
But we cannot be like,
don't be using the government phone and just be like, oh hey, like what's going on, friend? Like,
yeah, bro. That's the other thing. You're using the phone that they gave you from the state. like they were gonna find this out no matter what. Yeah. Even the thing is, even if you made it the rest of your life without a problem, they would have found out about this when you died. Like this would have been news when you died at least. Like it would have been like, oh, well, Anthony Weiner was out here just getting it while he was alive. Like I just don't get it. Like it's like Anthony. Like, again, I've been single for like 5 years. I was never really into talking to other chicks when I had a chick. So like I don't get the world as much. I have friends that are in the world that I would never put on blast, but like they seem to be able to handle it better. Like I have friends that I definitely know have women and have side chicks, and they're like they never seem to have a problem juggling in it. I don't think I'm that confident in my own abilities. It's a straight up. So I would never put myself in that position to be able to like. First thing, you know what else it is to me, because I was raised by a single mom. I fear the wrath of a woman's scorn. Like I have a true fear of what happens when women get mad. I do. So that's just one thing. So I'm never like I just don't have the want to get I don't want to be castrated. Like I think of the worst. Oh, wow. So. Oh, other news, Cardi B, #1 on the hip hop charts today, or Billboard Hot 100 charts. First time since I think Lauryn Hill. She passed Post Malone. Man, the fact that I just read that, because I'm not interested in any of their music. I'm not interested in the Cardi B's, Bodak Black, and Post Malone. To me, Post Malone's turning into the new Future, where I'm like, what are y'all listening to that makes y'all like this nigga so much? And I liked White Iverson, just like I like Same Damn Time with Future. But there's a certain point where I'm like, yeah, not all the rest of this music ain't good.
Yeah, like you can only have 1 or 2 songs like that. You can't.
He's blowing up. His joint Rockstar's been blowing up with it. So, like I said, both Cardi B and them are getting it. Again, earlier news. Again, 8 out of the 9 Florida players that were caught basically for fraud or getting felony charges for fraud. Who knew? So that is happening today. Also, legendary WPIAL coach Chuck Wagner will be dying. Give me 1 second. All right. Yeah. Chuck Wagner, legendary WPIAL coach, 2-time WPIAL winning coach, 38 years apart, died Monday. Just to let y'all know, so RIP to him. I'm trying to get the school because I don't know why they post stuff like this and they don't tell you the school off top. Like he worked for one school the entire time. I can see these damn clothes. Oakmont. RIP to former Oakmont coach who worked there for 38 years. Well, no, there were 38 years between his 2 titles. So he won 2 Whitfield titles, and there's a 38-year gap in between the titles.
That's pretty impressive.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Yes and no. But I mean, still RIP. You know, some love. But
also shout out to Cannon Mac. If y'all don't know what Cannon Mac means, shout out to Cannon McMillan.
The Big Macs.
Yes, sir. First school in PA to stop lunch shaming, meaning that no matter what, your kid's gonna get fed if they got cash or not. Because to me, I'd rather be shamed as a parent. Like just like make it known that I'm a broke ass parent before you try that shit on my kid.
Yeah.
So shout out to Cannon Mac for that. Like I said, there's just no, like, to me, it's not, these kids aren't the ones out here working for this money.
Mm-hmm.
So there ain't no reason to be out here like, oh, let me get that plate and throw it. Like, you know what they do? They take the plate off of these kids and throw it straight in the trash in like front of their face 90%.
Yeah. Oh, no. I've been there. No. It's like, oh, well, you don't have any money like that? Well, then you can't have it. It's like, well, I'm hungry. Like we're kids out here. We're just trying to eat. Like, that's it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to learn, you know, it's hard. Can't eat breakfast before school, you know, in class, you know, getting cut up for, you know, can't be eating food, you know, you have to do that at home. Like, who the fuck wants to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning just to, you know, even like think about even pouring cereal? Like, fuck that.
I haven't eaten a regular breakfast in years. Like, even if I go out to eat breakfast, I'm like, shit, you know, like any of my friends, they hate me because if we go to Denny's, I order breakfast no matter what. Because I never get to eat a real breakfast. So I'll order like a full breakfast at like 8 o'clock at night just because I've missed pancakes and like bacon and shit. So it's not even like, it's like, I'm not trying to be the weird dude at your table where y'all getting real dinner and out here eating breakfast. It's the fact that I never get to eat real breakfast. I love the real breakfast food, but by the time I get up, I can't eat it.
Yeah.
So it's just like, no, like if I go out to a restaurant that'll serve me breakfast late, that's why McDonald's was the most clutch shit ever, man. Like shout out to like, that was the only thing ever I was like, oh, they selling breakfast? I can rock with this. And I don't know why I could deal with McDonald's breakfast over their dinner foods. But like, and I know it's like there's not much difference in the health standards, but I will eat the McGriddle before I try to go get a Big Mac, and I don't know why. Same thing with the pancakes. Like I'll eat that stuff before I go out and try to buy their dinner food anymore. I'm not buying dinner food from McDonald's anymore. This is basically what it is. Shout out to Malachi because he said he with me on that one. And Malachi is a health nut. Like he doesn't fuck with fast food.
Breakfast for dinner is the greatest. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah. It doesn't matter about what you're eating. Like you can't. There's certain breakfast items that I guess you shouldn't eat that late. But like again, I'm
like what?
Always eat breakfast.
Yeah.
Waffles and bacon, your sausage.
I guess like you shouldn't be eating crepes at like 8 o'clock at night.
But that could be dessert. That's considered.
Shit.
Or French toast. I guess I would not like. I don't be ordering. I've never
ordered. Think of something.
I've never ordered French toast that late. So I guess it's usually just pancakes or waffles.
I mean, other than like, well, you eat cereal at night.
Breakfast you can have it. Yeah.
And back over to the school side of things. This one's a big one. Woodland Hills School District. Woodland Hills School District has a disclaimer that most people think is a fully black school district, where it actually is probably the public school version of Paradise, where they have like 12 municipalities mixed together to make
Forest Hill.
Like between Forest Hills and Wilkinsburg isn't it?
No,
that's a public
Swissville,
Lincoln,
Braddock,
North Braddock,
Turtle Creek,
not North Braddock, Braddock Hills,
Turtle Creek. There might be another one or two.
There's a couple more, but the problem with why
it's fairly diverse.
Right. The reason I'm naming all these is all 12 municipalities agreed to get the school district audited a year early. For regular people, the word audit scares the shit out of you, especially if you ain't doing your taxes right.
Yeah.
Audit also scares you in a business sense because that's how you find out if people stealing money and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all 12 municipalities, which is hard. Also, Braddock Mayor John Fetterman, who is like the East Side white people's voice.
That's also all voices. Come on.
Yeah, I used to think that. Like I used to think that when we first started Rap Jury back in Braddock, and then I noticed that the black community didn't rock with him as much as I thought he did. I still rock with him because he's never done anything that I've seen to make me think that he doesn't rock with everybody. But like, because I think he tried to pull a Homestead where he tried to split half of Braddock in half. and it didn't work. But yeah, and this is like unprecedented for the country. All 12 municipalities from Forest Hills and Turtle Creek to Rankin and Swissville agreed that there's something wrong with the school district. Usually that's like, oh, the black communities think there's something wrong with the school district, and the white communities thinks it's cool, or vice versa. For all of them to say there's a problem means that it's time to be done. All right. Like they got to get rid of some people. They're already trying to get rid of a bunch of people in Woodland Hills. But they also, like I said, the audit is the idea that they think there's something fishy going on with their money. They think there's something wrong with the budget system, and they kind of think that, I'm sure they think that somebody's stealing cash.
Which wouldn't be surprising.
Yes and no.
Do you think the school would be trying to be like recruiting people? You think using the money to go ahead and recruiting students?
I think all the schools in Western Pennsylvania that are good are doing that, so I'm not going to get into that. Yeah. I do. Like, from what I've seen Still Valley and Central Catholic do, I just believe that I'm like, yeah, y'all here getting these players off the recruiting trail, from what we say. So yeah, but no, like I said, this is a big deal out there for Woodland Hills. Like I said, this is one of our biggest school districts. It's one of our only school districts that work like this. Because say like where I'm from, Baldwin, there's only one instance like this where they split the schools, Painter and McAnody. It's the elementary schools.
Yeah.
Woodland Hills has a fucking system of different elementary schools, high schools, middle schools that interrange all the way up to where you get to the Woodland Hills High School, and all these kids from different races and classes are together. Mm-hmm. And it's a really weird type of thing to deal with out there. So, also shout out, new Wu-Tang album is coming. The Saga Continues album with cover and track list dropped a few days ago. So we're getting a new Wu album, and Gucci going independent.
Gucci going independent.
You know what worried me when I found this out? I didn't know that he wasn't basically independent to begin with. I thought he was independent, or at least like the most independent thing you could be. He's been on Atlantic Records the entire time. You know what gets me about this? If you're on a record label and you drop music, you have to like get it okayed to get it sold. I had to be the hardest job on the planet, is to be the Atlantic Records person that had to deal with getting all of Gucci's stuff done right. Like all the legal aspect to it. Because think about how like Atlantic Records is the same record label that Lupe Fiasco said they weren't letting him do what he needed to do to make his music good. And then we're on the other side where Gucci just seems to be just flooding the market. Gucci now is like, when I go independent, because I think he has one more album left on Atlantic, he's dropping mixtapes and albums every day.
Yeah.
He said something along that line. Like 2018 is going to be the year to Gucci. Like, remember when Young Buck dropped all those mixtapes? Like he dropped like 10 mixtapes in like a month or something like that. We're going to get that out of Gucci. And I'm like, I'm liking new Gucci. I don't know if I like new Gucci that much.
Do we need that much?
No, bro, if you need that much new Gucci, then I think you are addicted to something.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, no, there's points to this shit. No, you're right, dude. Bro, I don't even need that much Travis Scott or Kanye or Jay-Z or Nas. I don't need any artist that much.
Like, that's a bit, you're going out of, this getting out of hand. You save that music. You could save that music. You maybe mix and master, like, maybe you're like, oh, you know what? 2 years from now, you still have 300 songs.
For one thing,
400 songs.
No matter how much new music Gucci makes out of jail, I still think there's songs that we're getting that are like 10 years old sometimes.
Yeah.
So, and again, I rock with new Gucci. I'm for the new Gucci hustle and him getting his life straight. He just got off probation for the first time since he was in kindergarten. Like, I'm down with the new Gucci. But I don't need that much music. I'll never need that much damn music from one artist. And please believe we ain't reviewing all that shit. We'll get one album reviewed and I'm moving on.
You better pick which one. Yeah. That'll be the best one, hopefully.
Hopefully. Can't even promise that.
No.
That's the problem with releasing that much materials. There's going to be like one banger on each album. I remember Gorilla Zoe did that a couple years ago. He had like, he dropped a mixtape a day for February, like 28 mixtapes in February. And it got to the point that there were songs that were like, there were some songs that were on the first mixtape that ended up on like the 17th mixtape. Like, it just got weird. And I listened to every one of them joints at one point because I just wanted to see what could happen if somebody dropped a mixtape a day. And how do you record? First thing, you cheated because you know half of these songs started before, like you made most of these songs before the month started.
Oh yeah, yeah. You didn't just make that all. I mean, that'd be pretty impressive. Like you might be able to get away with it for a week, but then you're like, oh shit, I got to do another week of this, another 3 more weeks of this. I wasn't ready for that.
And I had a name for it, and I lost the name. But I had a name. Oh, the overly unfiltered moment of the week. It might be too long at first, but I'm thinking that'd be the name of what we do for the crazy things that we talk about at the end of the week every week. This time, I don't even have to send you to the video because you've probably already seen what I'm going to tell you about. The overly unfiltered moment of the week, Odell Beckham touchdown celebration. Have you seen it?
Actually,
so every week I tell y'all that somebody's fucking up new celebration rules in the NFL for y'all. This week is Odell Beckham Jr. He scored, I think, his second touchdown this weekend, and his celebration was to get down on all four legs and put his one leg up and act like he was peeing.
Oh.
Again, I keep on telling y'all, I don't rock with Odell Beckham Jr. I usually like the flamboyant, arrogant wide receiver. I can't get down with Odell Beckham Jr. This man is like, he's second or third all time in getting 300 yards catches in his career, like the fastest to that. Like he's going to break records. And I can't rock with that. Somebody said his thing when reporters asked him why he did it, he's like, I'm a dog, so I'm gonna act like a dog. You know what my reaction was? Well, you a bitch, so you act like a bitch. Oh. Like I can say the same thing. Don't use analogies that can be switched like that, because I will get you with that, and anybody else will too. I'm sure I'm not the first person that said that.
Yeah.
But that was how I looked at it. It's like you a bitch, you gonna act like a bitch. Like, even when there's a good thing happening. Like you, bro. Like I thought the playing craps was a problem. Acting like you're peeing on a football too is 1,000 times worse than playing craps. Did he incorporate
the football too? Did he like pee on the football or?
I didn't see that part.
I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like if he's gonna go ahead,
all I know is you as a grown ass man were on all fours acting like you were peeing in front of 100,000 people or less, like 80,000. That's funny. 100,000 if you count TV. So no, like I said, I can't co-sign Odell Beckham Jr.'s coonish shit. Straight up, like I like arrogant players. I like players that talk and tell us how they feel. I fuck with like the Richard Shermans of the world. Like this is what I do. I fuck with Le'Veon Bell's starting to come out a little more. I think he's just becoming a talkative person. Like I fuck with the player that is intelligent but wants to talk shit. Like I fucked with T.O. You gotta think. I fucked with T.O. and T.O. was a big fucking baby. And I fuck with T.O. and how he acted.
My team is my quarterback.
Yeah. So, like, you understand I have a really big threshold for people that act kind of immature about their sports. Because I think you're still having fun. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, if you have that type of emotion, I still think there's something fun about this team.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham Jr. just is an asshole. He's actually like the Kanye West of football to me. Where, like, this dude's really, 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 really fucking talented, but I don't like you. Like, I don't like you as a person. I don't like what you represent. Yeah. But I know you're talented as shit. And that's like when people talk to me about Kanye West, they're like, yeah, we know he's talented, but like he's an arrogant asshole when he thinks he's a genius and Albert Einstein. And I'm like, Odell Beckham Jr. thinks he's the greatest thing to ever touch a football, and he thinks he's better than Jerry Rice. And I bet he'd tell you that if you asked him.
Oh, man.
If Kanye said he's the new Mozart, I bet any money you ask Odell Beckham Jr. if he's better than Jerry Rice, he's like, I was better than Jerry Rice in high school.
Oh, man.
He just seems like that type of jackass. Like, so no, like, it's again, go out and check out the video.
Ramen noodle haired asshole.
Make this like your tutorial on how for kids not how to act when they win. Actually, the Giants still lost. They're 0-3.
Yeah.
It's definitely on YouTube. Like I said, if I don't get it on YouTube, I'll take it from the ESPN website. So it will be linked at the bottom of this video. Like I said, if you're watching it live, it's not linked, obviously. But if you've been watching like highlights of the Giants game over the weekend, you've seen it. And again, I like celebration. I like being able to see y'all celebrate and be happy when y'all do something good.
You think T.O. went too far after he got the touchdown, went to the Star in Dallas and then did the...
You know why it's too far? Because nobody's celebration is to take more than like 15 seconds. That's why it's too far. Yeah, like T.O.'s best celebrations when he had the Sharpie in his shoe, pulled out the Sharpie. That's quick. It looked like quick. Yeah. But he made the phone call one time. It's a little longer, but the phone was there.
Yeah.
First 10 seconds of crossing that. Once you get up and you touch it, 10 seconds.
Like, but he sprinted that was like a 2-minute celebration. Like, no, there's a celebration and then there's full blown disrespect.
That's what it was. Somebody did hit him after that.
Yeah, was it? Yeah,
that was the timeout.
Yeah. Well, no, it happened the first week. Was it the first or second Steeler game? The Steelers ended up losing a play because the one where they were shooting craps. That took so long that when they went to go do the next play, they ran out and the time clock went out. That's the thing about the celebration rule. The time clock starts. Yeah. They said they'll let y'all celebrate, but the time is going to start. And they ended up, the team wanted to go for 2, and they couldn't go for 2 because they got the penalty. And Mike Tomlin is about going for 2, so I bet it pissed him off. So
something random. There was during, I think it was the Bengals and Packers game. Aaron Rodgers is notorious for like trying to do it for hurry up offense, and then like there's a 12th man, and he jumped in there. He was midair. Now, do you feel like that could have been like, oh, he's technically off the field, but like the last step was on the field? Like,
I saw this when this.
Yeah.
I saw this when this happened because I watched this part of this game. Aaron Rodgers is a jackass.
Yeah.
First and foremost, Aaron Rodgers said and threw it. And then basically, he threw an interception?
Yeah.
Because he threw it so fast because he got the ball, threw it, and he threw an interception. Then he was like, he was on the field. He made them go check the cameras. And he was like, dude was on the field. Do you think I threw that terrible pass on purpose? I was worried, too. Because I'm like, Aaron Rodgers just threw the worst pass I've ever seen. It went like 40 feet in the air and went like 3 yards. Like, he literally, he put his whole life on that play being an offsides penalty. Like, he was fully about it, bro. I've never seen him so geeked about that. And he's right.
Like, he looked over back at the Bengals. It's like, I did that to you.
Yeah. 2 things about Aaron Rodgers. He's good at he's good at making sure that y'all got all y'all players on the field.
Yeah.
And he will. And you know what else I noticed? Almost every time there's an offside penalty on Aaron Rodgers when he's on the field, it goes for like 80 yards because he knows that he could chuck it up.
Yeah.
Because he knows that no matter what, even if he throws the interception, they're gonna get the ball back. So he usually just chucks it to the end zone, and he's actually really good at it.
Yeah.
Like, anytime I see his offsides, I'm like, oh, Aaron Rodgers might score a touchdown on this play because he doesn't care. He knows that the play is free, and he'll just do it. And I'm just like, best quarterbacks in the current state of the NFL because it seems like it's given to Tom Brady. But Aaron Rodgers is like a reincarnation of Dan Marino to me. The only difference is he got a Super Bowl early. But I don't really know if Aaron Rodgers is going to win another Super Bowl, but I know he's going to make these stats.
Oh, yeah.
Like, these stats are gonna look crazy. Like I said, to me, I feel bad for I don't feel bad for the Bengals. What am I saying?
No.
But like the Bengals, for a minute, I thought we're gonna win that game.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
And then it turned around real quick. Like, we're going to overtime. What happened? The overtime was so bad. The Bengals didn't have a chance. Then, the Bengals never had a chance. Then what? Aaron Rodgers threw for like a 60-yard down pass down the field. It ended up like on the 7 or 8, and then they just kicked the field goal to win it. Like, it was so demoralizing. It was so demoralizing because Cincinnati just didn't move the ball.
Yeah,
So
they had a punt and it was a bad punt, and because I think somebody blocked it or something, and they just put in work like the Packers usually do. But I watched like Aaron. He was like. He looked over. I think he even looked at Marvin Lewis. He's like, I did that to y'all. He really tried jumping. He really is like, oh, shit.
Oh, there was a penalty on that play because he jumped over the center. There's like a thing where you can't jump straight over the center to block a kick. Mm-hmm. But, like I said, back over, like I said, overly unfiltered moment of the week. Odell Beckham Jr. acting like he's peeing on the football field. Definitely, day. Sorry, it's a day-to-day thing. We might pick the best of the week. It's just hard for me to do that because I'd be finding shit on Friday and Saturday. They'd be wild. But
they can be mentioned. We can.
So overly unfiltered moment of the week. So again, we are done. We're probably gonna see what happened to Brick and see if we just get him to pop up sometime this week. But tomorrow, I'm not 100%. Oh yeah, tomorrow is Rap Jury. I keep on thinking the day's Tuesday and the next day is Wednesday because we have the issue with our interview schedule. But tomorrow's Rap Jury. Who we got running up tomorrow, James?
Tomorrow for the Rap Jury, Camp Yola World, FRH, Fly Revolutionary Hustle, Volume 1. That is the mixtape.
It's a review and it's a review. What they do whenever people are on drugs and you want to talk to them.
What?
It's a review. It's a review and intervention because we got to do something about the length of that name.
Oh, and then last but not least, Cameron, Charlie Slum, sorry, Slum and Toro, sorry.
So that's all tomorrow. Again, Fly Revolutionary Hustler and Camp YOLO will be getting regular reviews because they have full-length albums. So the 3 best, 3 worst. Slum and Toro will be getting the one review because there's only 6 songs on this.
There's only 6 songs.
So we'll be giving them the best song and the worst song and talking about how good it was. But I've come to terms if it's like an EP, there's no way I'm going to tell you that the 6 tracks that, these are the best 3 and these are the best worst.
You can't do that. It's like, well, half my thing's garbage, the other half's good.
So we can't we have to work with our criteria a little bit with EPs. And I want to review EPs because EPs still matter.
Yeah, no,
So-
they absolutely do. Yeah.
And it kind of helps because like reviewing like 3 albums that are all like 17 tracks long gets taxing. Not gonna lie. I gotta keep it real with y'all.
Yeah.
Again, this is unfiltered. Where we give it to you straight every day, 4 days a week. I don't know what the amounts of weeks and days and months are, but hey, this is Jay Skyline. James, we'll be back tomorrow. Rap Jury, and we'll get the rest of the week pumping for you again. I hope y'all. I got the Cowboys tonight. I don't have a number for you, but I got the Cowboys tonight.
Cowboys. Well, let's see. It's going to be a kicking game. This is what it's gonna, for my team. Phil Dawson's going to get all the kicking. No, I'm hoping. I'm thinking it's going to be like 27. I'm thinking 27-24. Yeah, and it's going to be actually the. It's going to be the Cardinals.
I'm going 24-9 Cowboys, so I'm giving you 3
wow.
field goals. That's
Okay, you give me 3 field goals, 40 yards. Okay.
So again, that's it, y'all. This is GMWorldWideRadio.com, unfiltered. Jay Skyline and James will be back tomorrow again at 5 o'clock. Check out KK from 2 to 4 tomorrow, and we'll be back.
No, Wednesday.
Or Wednesday, 2 to 4 Wednesday. Again, I'm so messed up on my days this week. We'll be back. Hasta luego.